competed hard in the second half, which I'm proud of those guys. You know, Isaiah, Billy, Maddie, you know, those guys were really, you know, flying around. You know, Conrad obviously gave great effort. Jordan Lester even getting out there and playing 10 minutes. He's not back to 100% yet, but he knew we needed a body. You know, it's for those guys to go on the floor and compete. You know, I appreciate that. And then end game, we got to execute better. You know, we had some stuff drawn up out of a timeout that we didn't execute. You know, we got some guys will freestyle out there, and a lot of times freestyling doesn't work. So, you know, frustrating as can be, but we're going to continue to fight, and we're going to continue to work and go from there.
I think Maddie's really stepping up to become the leader on this team. I mean, he comes back in with his shoulder injury. He's always deep vocal, and the guys huddles and talking to them and everything.
Well, I've discussed this before a little bit. You know, true competitors, right? True competitors want to win. Maddie's a competitor, and so he's getting to the point now where the only thing that he's thinking about is how we can win the game. Right? He's down here early shooting. He then was out on the court early shooting. Like, he's trying to make a difference because he's not comfortable in the environment or the situation of looking at your record and seeing 6 and 18. So he's trying to change it. And so the only thing that he's thinking about is how we can win, how he can help his team win. And that's why it's great to have him in your locker room. We need more guys with that kind of mentality. You know, we got a couple here and there. We got some guys that do it in spurts. We need guys that are doing it all the time. And then we can build around those guys and get our program back to where it's supposed to be.
Not having K1 and Elijah obviously hurt. The update on those two?
I'm not sure it hurt. I'm not sure it hurt that much. Right? Because if your mind isn't going to be in the right place, how are you going to help your team? If your team is not your first focal point, going out there, what's that going to do? Here's the update. Kayvon will be back Saturday. Elijah probably won't be back.
At all?
Nope. Nope, at all. Get your Twitters out. You can type faster, Chris. Come on, you can type faster. Okay? This is a place that I have great respect for. This is a program that, through a lot of guys' blood, sweat, and tears, we have become a successful program. And I'm not going to let people that don't value this program be a part of it. If you don't want to work, if you don't want to be a part of the program, if you don't want to be about what this program stands for, you can't be here. It's not about you. And you know what? In the short term, probably shortens our bench a little bit, but I think we'll be much better in the long term because of it.
Play about Isaiah. Seems similar to Maddie where he wants to win.
Yeah, he certainly wants to win. He's incredibly competitive. You know, sometimes, you know, he gets a little bit derailed. You know, like he missed the one layup, great drive, he misses the layup, and then it's like, you know, he's got to move on to the next play a little bit better. But he certainly wants to do what he can for our team to be successful. You know, some of the time though, you also have to learn. I thought he made a great adjustment tonight. He took an early second half three off one pass. I just kind of said to him, hey, like, maybe you're not shooting it great from three tonight. We haven't shot it great from three all year. Maybe we got to try and do something different. Get into the paint, get to the free throw line, collapse the defense, maybe take kick out threes. And then he adjusted in a great job. He attacked the rim. He was able to finish. He was able to get to the line. Made some really good plays. If he'll accept coaching like that, then he'll be, you know, a very, very good player for us. Because I thought he made a really good adjustment and was able to, you know, help us get back into the game.
Conscious effort in the second half to go to Billy. Is that maybe free up other guys? And Maddie really can.
Two-part questions.
Yeah,
Okay.
Maddie really stepped up, dishing the ball, not actually scoring.
Well, so from about the 16-minute mark of the first half until about the 5-minute mark of the first half, all we talked about was trying to get some penetration. Right, the first 4 minutes of the game, reverse the ball, reverse the ball, reverse the ball, three, reverse the ball, reverse the ball, reverse the ball, three. We never got, until Conrad came in, we didn't get the ball into the high post or the short corner, which you're supposed to do against the zone. We didn't have any dribble penetration like you're supposed to do against the zone after there's movement. And so we were just saying to guys, we got to be able to drive it into the paint. Matty got in there, he got a layup. Rodney got in there, got a layup. Isaiah got in there, we got a layup to end the half. right? And then the second half, we did a really great job of attacking the paint, whether it was through the pass or through the dribble, because that's what it was available to us. And we got to be able to adjust quicker. We can't waste 11 minutes of the game trying to figure out if we're going to start making threes at some point. We've played 24 games. We haven't made threes yet, so what's the next 11 minutes going to do for us? Let's get into the paint. Let's attack the rim. Let's try and get paint points. Let's try and get free throws. I thought Maddie did a good job of just making simple plays. Right? That's what the game comes down to. Two guys are on you, move it. Right? The defense collapse on the weak side, kick it. Right? Stuff that we work on and drill all the time. It goes back to Maddie's mentality. Right now, what he wants to do is win games. Right? He don't care if he shoots another shot. He wants to win games. We got to have everybody that's driving to the rim, that's going to score, thinking that same thing. When the two guys come to me, I got to give it to my teammate. Sometimes we have guys that go in there and want to see if maybe they can still get something for themselves instead of saying, you know what, the right play is to drop it off. Our last 2 second halves, we've really moved the ball well. We've really attacked the rim well. We've shot a high percentage, at least from 2, right? And we've scored points. Our last 2 first halves, we've held the ball, we've stood around, we haven't had any penetration, we haven't attacked the rim, and we haven't scored points, and we've shot a low percentage.
How do you refocus this team, knowing that there's limited time left, and having, losing Mitty, Robbie's not quite the same after his concussion, and having 2 freshmen be the people that are, carrying the team?
You know what? We fight every day. We work every day. All right, we come to practice tomorrow, we prepare for Bryant, we work as hard as we can in practice, that our bodies will allow us to do. Maybe it's more mental preparation tomorrow since there's one day in between. We coach the same things, we hold guys accountable, we stick to the principles that have helped build this program, right? We don't waver from those things, and that's what we talk about. Right? And we figure out who are the guys that want to be a part of that, who are the guys that want to make the adjustment, who are the guys that want to compete like you need to compete. I've never had a problem with a kid for competing too hard or working too hard. The only times I ever have a problem with people is when they don't compete and they don't work hard. And so we'll figure out who those people are, we'll build around them, we'll rally around them, right? We'll bring some more people in that are going to hopefully have like minds, and we'll get it back to where it needs to be.